Hello and welcome back. I'm Davis. This is episode 3, Tales from the Beanbag. Last episode went into something a little more boring, maybe a little more serious. Who knows? Hope you liked it though. But going back a little bit more into episode 1 kind of theme, with have a little more fun with it. Today I got the best mustaches in horror specifically. I mean, there's a lot of iconic actors, Tom Selleck, Sam Elliott, not on here, that aren't really in horror movies, but, they look terrific. Henry Cavill in Mission Impossible 6. He had that freaking great caterpillar on his face that, when they went and tried to do those Justice League reshoots, totally ruined the movie. Got that horrid CGI face. You remember it. It haunts my nightmares. But, yeah, so we got some mustaches to talk about here today. I definitely wanted to talk about another thing. Two passions of mine collided. So, yeah, I don't know. I never really thought I could grow one, and I get compliments a lot, usually unfortunately not from girls, usually from guys, but, they're usually, with their wives or girlfriends, and they're like, yo, dude, you look sick. I'm like, thanks, and then, I don't know, maybe they're trying to drop a hint to their girlfriend, because, I don't know, maybe they just want one or something, I don't know. But, I don't know, I've had mine for a year and a half or so, started growing it. The pandemic, probably like a lot of people who got tired of shaving. There's no reason when you're wearing a mask to shave every day. It's a nice thing, but I just kind of got sick of it. Was doing No Shave November that year, and then I had a date, and I was like, oh crap, I should do that, shave. Ruined my progress. I mean, she didn't keep seeing me, so I kept growing it out. Here I am, and I guess, I went bald the same time I was growing it, so I never kind of knew what I looked like with, clean shaven face and bald, so I gave that a try last summer, and I hated it. I got called Harry Potter a lot before because I looked a lot like Harry Potter, and then I just looked like him when he played that skinhead in that one movie. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I don't know. I don't like the way I look without it. I mean, I might shave it off at some point, but right now I'm pretty happy with it. But yeah, I mean, you get to be the butt of a lot of jokes, but it's what it is. It's not really super popular of a facial hairstyle. I mean, I think it looks better than a goatee. But yeah, you get called Tom Selleck a lot, porn stash a lot, 70s cop. I mean, you can thank Ron Jeremy and every cop in existence for those insults. But I don't know. Haters gonna hate, whatever, send them to the moon. So, yeah, I don't know. I went through a bunch of lists in preparation, trying to think of all the movies in which I've seen, mustaches. And I didn't want to make a list of just cops and movies, because that would be a little tedious, or unknown actors you haven't heard of. I mean, there are some cops in this list, and some actors that are a little lesser known, but I tried to keep it more popular people, so I don't know, you'd be able to recognize them, or they'd be memorable. So yeah, I wanted to dig into it with a couple of, I'd call them dishonorable mentions, because there's nothing to like about these characters or their facial hair at all. So yeah, I mean, I got 3. The first one, I think every mustache I have on this list is real hair. I mean, there's I think it's the cop in Sleepaway Camp who has a fake mustache and it looks like shit and it's really stupid. I mean, movie fans aren't that dumb. They're not going to notice, and filmmakers are aware of it. So maybe that's why you don't see him as much. I don't know, but there isn't really, as far as iconic killers in movies, there's not a whole lot. The main one I could find was, and this is the only fake one on this list, and I just included it because why the hell not? But the conductor from Terror Train, I mean, they're wearing a Groucho Marx mask, and it's really cheesy, and it's a dog shit Jamie Lee Curtis movie. It's one of the worst movies she's in that period. But yeah, it's one of the few mustache killers from the 80s. So I thought I'd include it. But the other one, we're going into just real mustaches now. The other one that's an iconic killer from the 80s, but is it's one of the worst characters in existence. I mean, I can't defend the movie. I got posters of it. I enjoy the movie. I think the remake is better, but Maniac, you got Joe Spinell as Frank Zito. I think the remake is better, but Elijah Wood doesn't have a mustache in that. The whole character, Frank Zito, is pretty awful. He looks so creepy, and he's supposed to. I can't defend the movie, but I think it's a good movie. Definitely don't watch it if you're faint of heart. It's a classic, but yeah. Another character that's very much like that, but it's in a much more mainstream movie, is The Lovely Bones, Stanley Tucci's character. And I'm going to assume a lot of people have seen this because it was so popular. I don't think it's a young adult book. I haven't read the book, but a lot of younger people watched it. But this character is dreadful. I mean, he's great. Stanley Tucci's a great actor and is great in this movie. But this character's so freaking gross, and he's just such a bad human. And, that scene in particular is so hard to watch, even though it's I would say, tastefully done. Yeah, it's a hard part of the movie to watch anytime he's in it, because it's so creepy, and the mustache just doesn't do him any favors. But yeah, those are the three that I just wanted to mention that weren't particularly good, but, they had them. First one, I'm going to start off with the one I haven't seen that I mentioned, is Christopher Lee in Horror Express, which is a classic movie. I've seen the poster so many times, and I haven't gotten around to it, but I know Christopher Lee's rocking that bitchin' mustache. I don't think he's ever had one in another movie, but he looks great. I kind of wish he did have one. But I definitely need to see it. Looks awesome. The movie and the mustache. Gonna go into 2 TV series next. First is Dennis O'Hare in Season 4 of American Horror Story. Freak show. I don't have anything to say about this. It's the only one of the series, and it's not that great. I hope they can do better, or at least that I watched. Not really that big of a fan anymore. The next one is in The Haunting of Bly Manor. The character Owen, played by, I'm probably gonna butcher the name, Rahul Kohli, but man, that dude's got a caterpillar. It looks awesome. If you think that series was good, this guy's mustache is better than that series was. It's great. Just everything about it. I love it. Alright, moving on. Now we're getting into movies I've actually seen. This one actually has two characters in it. It's the Dawn of the Dead remake from Zack Snyder. The first one is the only handlebar mustache on this list, because I think handlebar mustaches are kind of gross. Sorry, Hulk Hogan, he kind of ruined that for a lot of people too. But Michael Kelly has one. I don't know, he seems to work on him, but I don't know, I just don't like him. The better one is obviously Ving Rhames' character has one. Ving Rhames is awesome. The mustache is awesome. But then the most recent movie on the list that I've seen, I don't know, I think my opinions of this mustache also sum up my opinions of the movie, and it's it wasn't great, it wasn't anything special, it was kind of just there, I was let down by this movie and his facial hair. So yeah, I don't know, it's another cop. It's gonna be a few, sorry. But another movie I saw recently like, I was surprised this movie was as good as it was Nightmare Alley, the remake from Guillermo del Toro. Like, this movie's set in the 40s, I believe, so commonplace, tons of people have mustaches. I think William Dafoe has one, and it's kind of pencil thin. He looks kind of creepy. He has such an interesting facial structure, I think, which is probably why he plays so many villains, even though he's not a villain in this one. I don't know, it just kind of doesn't fit his face very well. And he just looks weird. I mean, he's a different looking guy, but he's not like, I don't know. He was weird. I think the best mustache character in the whole movie, and I didn't catch their name, was the little person in the movie who was part of the carnival act. It's the best one of the movie, and it's not even the one I'm going to talk about much, but it really is. I mean, there's a ton, but he's got the best one. But the one I want to talk about, and it's not even though it's not the best, it's kind of cool, but Bradley Cooper's character, Stanton Carlisle, the lead. If you've seen the movie, you'd know he's clean-shaven in the beginning. By the end, he has a mustache. And I think it's kind of the most interesting story. Not plot-wise, but, like, for him to grow that in, I'm assuming, 3-4 weeks, maybe, or maybe they took a break. Either way, I'm pretty impressed, because that's quite an achievement. It's a great character, great movie. And it's kind of a cool chronicling of how a mustache came to life on the screen right in front of your eyes. So, yeah, I mean, if you don't like the movie, at least appreciate that part. Tell them I sent you. But, yeah, going into some classics, we got Hal Holbrook in The Fog. He plays the priest in the movie. Classic movie. Not bad. Better movie. But yeah. Next one is Donald Sutherland in Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 78 something version. And of course you'd recognize the character when he does the, you know, that expression. Like, yeah, I mean, it's an iconic scene, it's an iconic face. Next one I got isn't quite a horror movie. I've got a couple on this that aren't horror. A lot of thrillers. But this one is more of an action movie, and I included it because it's from Grindhouse. Technically, it's also the same character from Spy Kids. How those worlds met, I don't know, but Danny Trejo in Machete and Machete Kills, like, everything about Machete is awesome. It took a while for those movies to grow on me, but Mustache and just everything about the fucking action, that movie's awesome. I love those movies. Next one I got is probably the most unusual movie on this list is The Lobster. If you haven't seen this movie, it's really, really weird. Colin Farrell's character has a mustache, and yeah, I gotta talk about this movie at some point in detail, because it's really interesting. Kinda, I don't know, hits me a little close to home, because it's about, like, a bunch of people who, you know, can't get married, and they're, like, put in this hotel room, and if they don't, or in a hotel, if they don't, you know, find a mate, they, like, get turned into an animal, and he's this really awkward guy with a mustache. So I don't know, that one, like, he looks great with it. You know, hits me on a personal note, okay. But next one, another kind of weird art house movie that's much more horror than The Lobster. You know, we got Justin Long in Tusk from Kevin Smith, the Walrus movie. Yeah, I like this movie a lot, actually. I thought it was hilarious, and it's really unsettling. Like, he's definitely rocking this porn stash in the movie, which, yeah, I guess he did like an article saying how he felt creepy. Like, you saying that isn't gonna help anything. Why say it? Another one that I could have included in the dishonorable mentions, but it does feature in this movie, is Johnny Depp's character, Guy Lapointe, in this movie. Oh god, it's like it might be one of the worst mustaches I've ever seen on screen, and it's definitely his his worst acting performances I've ever seen. Like, his mustache is bad, his performance is bad, like, this character sucks. Why Kevin Smith thought he needed to film a vanity project for their daughter's yoga hosers and put this character in it even more in the sequel. Like, this is one of the reasons I just don't like Kevin Smith much anymore. Like, it's that mustache. It's horrid. I hate it. I'm trying to forget it. Oh, God. But next one, fairly similar to the past two and kind of style, is Elijah Wood and Come to Daddy. Another really just weird movie. He's got that same porn stash as Justin Long did. This movie's all over the place. It's weird. It's worth a watch, but yeah, it's like, the movie's kind of creepy, and so is his face. Next one, probably the least well-known movie on the list. It's called The Editor, and Adam Brooks, who plays the lead. I think he also, I want to say maybe he wrote or directed the movie too. But he looks pretty much like I do. Maybe that's why I like it so much. I don't know. But he's got the caterpillar. This is like a throwback parody to Giallo movies. It's really fun. It's probably the most unusual, maybe, for, I don't know, it's weird. It's funny. Probably the least accessible, I would say. So if you're new to horror, don't watch this. You'd have to watch a lot of Giallo movies, and you probably don't even know what that means. It means it's like Italian horror movies. But moving on, probably the most relevant today, mustache-wise, and maybe most popular, is David Arquette in Scream. I think he's got one in the whole series, at least the first four. I think the fifth he does have a beard. But yeah, he plays a cop, Dewey. I like David Arquette a lot. It's another good cop stash. You get four appearances of it. What are you gonna complain about? Next, another classic one, and this guy usually has a mustache, but so Tom Atkins in Halloween 3: Season of the Witch. He usually has one, so he's got one in most movies. I think he's been in some other horror movies, but this is the one I can think of. And a lot of people will hate on this movie because it is a cult classic and it's kind of shit. It doesn't feature Michael Myers, but whatever. You get a great mustache, and then you get that stupid song, so whatever. I don't know. Another cop mustache. I said I would try not to, but yeah, I don't know. We're getting into it. It's Mel Gibson in Dragged Across Concrete. Like, the title of this movie alone doesn't tell you. It's a cop thriller, but this movie, yeah, based on the title, it's brutal enough for me to include it on this list, because Mel Gibson can grow some facial hair. This movie's sick. It's long. It's kind of hard to watch, but I guess you could say the same thing about Mel Gibson's personality. I don't know. But another movie from the same director that I like this movie better than the last one, but Matthew Fox in Bone Tomahawk. I don't know, he's kind of got a standard cowboyish mustache. It's a great movie. I want to give a quick shout out, even though I said I wasn't putting beards on this movie, because Kurt Russell's the lead in this movie, and he does have a beard, but goddamn, this mustache portion, it's down to here, and it's just it's amazing. I respect the director a lot, especially because this is a movie that made me really appreciate him. But he messed up not just going full stash on this movie. I don't know. Missed opportunity, I guess. Oh well. Next one, this one's, God, it's not horror, but it's a thriller, and it's so weird, and it's pretty violent. But Tom Hardy in Bronson, where he plays Charles Bronson, not the actor from Death Wish, but like the criminal who, for whatever reason, insisted going by that name. And it's the movie about him, and it's a weird looking mustache. It's a weird looking movie. It's really cool, really interesting, really out there. But yeah, we need to see more of that from Tom Hardy. Next one we got is Gene Wilder and Young Frankenstein. Like, this movie's kind of cheesy and weird, and so is his face in the movie. It's a classic. It's fun. I like the movie a lot. Oh well. Then we're gonna go with, this one's a character, but it's been played by two people so far. I mean, there is an animated movie, but Gomez Addams and the Addams Family. Like, the character's got a mustache. You know, obviously played by John Astin in the TV series in the 60s. I think he's got the better mustache of the two. That's my opinion. I don't know if I think he's the better Gomez, but he does have the better mustache. And then, of course, Raul Julia, rest in peace, played him in the movies from the 90s. And I don't know, I think he's obviously a much better actor, but it's a little too pencil thin in my opinion. So yeah, I don't know. And let's see, we got, coming near the end of the list, we got Robert Pattinson in The Lighthouse, which I talked about in the last episode. Yeah, he's another guy who said that the mustache made him feel creepy, and you're just not helping yourself or anyone else. Like, some things are better left unsaid. Maybe shut the hell up, you know. But he looks great. It's definitely one of the highlights of the movie, you know. I mean, William Dafoe's got that killer beard, but damn, I mean, it's a good-looking man. I mean, no wonder he got cast as Batman. The mustache did it. Why doesn't Batman have a mustache? I don't know. Sequel idea? You're welcome. And of course, I'm going to save the best for last, but this guy isn't even, like, I can't narrow it down. This is one of those guys who has one all the time, and he's the horror icon. It's Vincent Price. He's always got that mustache. He's like, when he shaves it, it still looks like him, but it's not quite him. You know, like, you know, Edward Scissorhands, Mask of the Red Death. I mean, the Pendulum. I mean, he's got it in almost all of them. He's unmistakable. He's one of the best. He's like the best genre actor of all time. You know, he's a legend. It's not this. You know, he's not him without it. And yeah, best for last. It's a two-parter because it's the same actor, and of course it's the best actor. It's the best male actor of all time. So why can't he grow the best mustache in film? Not once, but twice. Because it's Daniel Day-Lewis. First off, in Gangs of New York, when he plays Bill the Butcher, he's got, you know, that 1900s old-timey mustache. He's so good in that movie, and yeah, everything about that character is great. But still, even that being said, the one that inspired me to grow this on my face was him as Daniel Plainview in There Will Be Blood. It gets the best mustache. Like, yeah, that's a drama too, but it's the best mustache probably ever on screen. We'll never see anything like that because unfortunately he retired, but yeah, I mean, he's an oil man. He's got a mustache. I love it. It's what inspired me. It's like, damn, I have to have that. And after a few years, there it was. But I hope we see him act again. Hope we get, you know, third time's a charm. Maybe. We can dream. Alright. I mean, that's it. There's probably some more I can find. You know, if you want to leave in the comments, let me know what your favorite mustache in a horror movie, maybe regular movie, what I forgot. You know, let me know if there's anything you want to, I don't know if there's one you thought sucked or whatever. Anything I forgot, let me know. But yeah, I mean, like, subscribe, tell me how ugly I am, tell me how stupid this was and how much of a waste of time it was. But whatever, thanks for watching.